Okay, so many of you are new here. Many of you have only begun to dip your toe into the waters that is homeschool. Many of you have started your journey. You could be a year, a couple years into your journey. But I doubt that you have left behind the feeling of pressure and overwhelm that comes from being responsible for your children's educational journey. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shauna, and if you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are in our 8th year of homeschool, nearing the end, and we have a current 7th grader and a current 3rd grader. Today, I want to talk with you about small doses of commitment. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. If you notice, we are in a different place in my house, so I apologize if it's echoey. I'm just gonna keep moving around until I feel like I've found the right spot. Maybe there will be a little less of those mysterious voices in the background. Let me know if you hear anything. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at a few of my recent videos. We've been talking kind of ad nauseum about this weird voice that pops up. The lighting here is at least pretty decent. However, it is kind of like a big open area, so it could be quite echoey. I won't actually know until I start editing, so sorry. Let's talk today about commitment. I am guilty, and I've talked about this many times before, of feeling overwhelmed by the idea of commitment. I am guilty often of feeling like I have to make this big, large gravity decision and wanting to get it right, wanting to get it so right that sometimes I kind of get stuck. And I get stuck in that perfection paralysis, the idea that I'm so scared of not making the right choice. And what happens is I kind of don't make any choice, which isn't better. And so when I get to this place, something that I find works really well for myself, because I don't love commitment. So when we're talking about signing up for classes, for things, or things that will be kind of recurring and a big obligation going off into the future, I don't love it. I don't love commitment. The idea of the whole piece is scary. It's intimidating. It is overwhelming. It is not desirable. It is not palatable. I don't care for it. So what I try to do is microdose commitment. And this is something that I think could be really helpful as it pertains to homeschool, because you've made these decisions or you're thinking about these decisions and you understand exactly what I'm talking about, which is the idea that you have to get it right. The idea that, let's say you're thinking about a curriculum and it is a $500 investment. And what if you don't like it? What if you don't like anything beyond, what other people have said about it? What if you don't want to make this big commitment? What if we just went ahead and microdosed some of these commitments? Now, this is something that works for me. I don't have an entire running list of chores that I need to do every week. I have themed days. For me, that is a microdose of commitment. I try really hard to not focus on the entire big giant picture. I break it down. We go one day at a time, 1 week at a time. Also, I would like to point out for myself, this does actually also help me stay on track when it comes to our homeschool lives. So that is really helpful for me. But ways that we can microdose homeschool commitment are that you can, more often than not, homeschool curriculum pieces will have some sort of a sample that you can get your eyes on, your hands on. More often than not, homeschool pieces will have some review videos like you will find here on my channel that you can go search out and look for and get a better idea of what you are signing up for. You can also whittle down your options. And I talked about this recently in like a whole dedicated video about perfection paralysis. I'm not going to dive too hard, but if you know what works for you, you can absolutely kind of start narrowing your options. Now, when it comes to the upcoming planning season, I want you to consider ways to micro-dose your commitment. And maybe it's as simple as starting with 1 or 2 things that you know you feel really good about. So it is easier to build upon a foundation that you feel is strong and solid. So if you have a math curriculum that you know you love, start there. It's easy to commit to things we know we like. It's easy to commit to things that we know we enjoy. It is easy to commit to things that are already a proven winner for us. And then you can build up some of that momentum. You can build up some of that resilience and decrease some of that fear of commitment going forward. So as it pertains to homeschool, I do have a list that I'm going to share with you in just a moment of what I think is probably the best places to start if you are fearing the commitment of homeschool, if you are fearing the curriculum commitment. But let's talk about other ways that micro commitment could be good for you in real life. If you are somebody who is on a journey to become healthier, it is a lot easier to win the day than it is to win the week. It is a lot easier to win the week than it is to win the month. So if you can start small and focus on those little wins, you're going to build up momentum. You're going to be more proud of yourself going forward. If you can get through one chore today and another chore tomorrow, it's going to help you increase your consistency. When you are able to increase your consistency, it is a lot easier to follow through on some of those commitments. And all of that is a lot easier if you are taking it in small, tiny, manageable bites. So stop thinking about the whole. Stop thinking about the full year commitment. What if we just start with the little pieces? If you are fearing the commitment, if you are nervous about what is ahead for you when it comes to your homeschool journey, let me tell you that everything that I am about to share with you is either 100% free or incredibly low cost and high value. So if you would like to know, and I did actually just this morning have somebody ask me, you talk about the Dinos 101 course on Coursera from the University of Alberta, Canada. How did you find that? You talk about the American Chemical Society free middle school chemistry curriculum. Like, how are we finding these things? What is the magic formula to find these really high quality, really high value, really low cost, low commitment options? And so I'm going to give you the secret. I go hard on Google. That's it. I go hard on Google. One, somebody out there somewhere has already found it and used it and talked about it. Or 2, it is available if you just find the right way to find it. So search by grade level. I am looking for 9th grade subject name, geography. Add free in there. I am looking for 8th grade language arts. I am looking for free physics options that include Legos. I am looking for, and Google hard. Google so hard. And if it doesn't work for you, change up those key phrases. And if that doesn't work for you, go to Reddit. Google, Reddit, YouTube, all wealths of information. Now, these are a few places to get you started if you want something that, again, is free or exceptionally low cost, available, and therefore, because of being free or virtually low cost, very, very, very low commitment. So these are in no particular order. Khan Academy. Khan Academy has an amazing, huge wealth of resources, completely free for you online. You just create a little profile. Khan Academy. Coursera. Coursera has both, I believe, paid and free courses. So be sure to search out those free courses if that is something that you want to look at. But because of the kind of the structure of the website being all kind of virtual lessons, it's really easy to get a good idea of what they have available so that you can get kind of a really good opinion formed on it before you commit. whether free or not. OpenStax. So I'm not firsthand familiar with this one, but my understanding based on what people have said to me or recommended to me is that it is basically kind of open source textbooks and things like that that you can then build your lessons around. Okay, so 2, OER, so Open Educational Resource Project, which is Big History Project, World History Project, and different OER, Open Educational Resource Commons, which is another source where you can find learning on all kinds of things, art history, humanities, language arts, all kinds of things in one place. Again, free and available to you. Open educational resource, okay? So check those out. Core Knowledge. Core Knowledge has downloadable curriculums from all the way up. So you can start kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade free. You can, I mean, all kinds of science, language arts, geography, free. Go check it out. Fish Tank Learning. So Fish Tank Learning focuses on, I believe it's math and language arts. And I don't think that it goes all the way up. I think it's like up to middle grades, but I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've looked into it. So forgive any inaccuracies that I am telling you here, because again, it's been a while since I've looked at these firsthand. Crash Course. Crash Course is actually upper level learning. So high school learning through college. And it is basically just these wonderfully well produced. They're broken down into like a ton, maybe 100 different playlists on different things. Black American history, European history, film studies, theater studies, anything you could possibly want on Crash Course, you can find it. You can absolutely find it. It's so good. It's animated. It's really eye-catching and bright and entertaining and free. Did I say free? Free. And they also have Crash Course Kids now. Now, if you want to flesh this out and make it like a full curriculum, go over to Teachers Pay Teachers, or just use your power of Google that you have now completely like perfected, and search for Crash Course Mythology worksheets or Crash Course Mythology quizzes, Crash Course Mythology guided notes. There is no reason to reinvent the wheel. Oftentimes, at least in my experience, what I've seen, you can get the whole kit and caboodle course load of guided notes for an entire playlist that will take you through a full school year for like 20 bucks. Okay, so go search it. You can make your own. Absolutely. I'm just not that gal. So search that out. Amazing, totally free. My favorite one from this year is, as I spoke before, the American Chemical Society's middle school chemistry curriculum. So good. The only cost associated with it is for the things that you might not already have in your home and in your kitchen. But honestly, you could do it completely for free if you just watch those and really, if you just watch the experiments for the things you don't have, but then did the experiments for the things you can easily source, boom, done. This is one that you may not be familiar with, Saylor.org, Saylor. Now I'm going to try really hard to put these on the screen and at least drop a list of the links down in the description box, but forgive me if I don't. Saylor.org. It is another one of the places where you can go to learn virtually anything. You can search out any kind of program, grade level, anything at all, and they are available to you right through the website. I think almost exclusively free. Now there are some caveats to some of this, like Coursera. We could have transcripted the Dinos 101 for a fee for a college transcript, but my kid is 3rd grade and 7th grade, and that felt like not a thing I needed to do. So you have options available to you. Now, an incredibly low cost, and I don't know why more people don't talk about it. I've talked about it here many times. If you're familiar with History Quest, one of the authors of several of the levels of History Quest is Lindsay Sedano. Lindsay Sedano felt like there was a serious gap in the market for language arts. Good and beautiful language arts. Lindsay Sedano has now produced 4 levels or more of Hearth and Story, which is a completely comprehensive language arts curriculum. You can get an entire grade level. Now, this doesn't include the printed books that you're asked to read, an entire grade level for $25 for language arts. $25. You can download a sample. You can decide if it's for you. And if it's not, you're only out $25. Let's say you go all in. $25 may be the cost of a couple read alouds. That's it. It is an amazingly robust language arts curriculum. It was designed to intentionally offer a secular option counterpart to the widely hailed language arts curriculum, The Good and the Beautiful. So look it up. It's also, she frequently has sales and discounts and is amazing. If you have any questions at all, reach out directly to her because she's incredibly responsive. Again, it is gorgeous and it is wonderful. So do me a favor, before you leave me, scroll down. And just like I told you, those Google skills are going to come in handy for you. If you've already found a thing, drop it in the comments down below. I'm going to link all of these. So if you have something where you're like, hey, Shauna, did you know that you can get your complete high school curriculum Spanish at this place for free? Drop that for me, girl. If you know that you can find geography, world history, anything, drop us the links, because the more we make these resources available, the better off we are all going to be. And it is not a coincidence. The more these things are available, the more available these things tend to be. The more of them there tend to be. So let's do ourselves all a great and amazing favor and build this list. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Let me know if you heard the voice. I'm sure that you heard the AC unit. And is the echo unbearable? Because I hope not. But if so, I'll just keep moving around until we find the right place. Bye, guys.